Welcome to what I'm calling Do You Know Star Wars Unlimited? My name's Mike. I go by Mobius1 on YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. Why don't you share whatever you want people watching this video who might not be familiar with you? What would you like them to know about you?
My name's Jared. I can be found on online forums as Elendil. Very active right now in the KTOD Discord. Passed the Judge Apprentice exam recently. Been helping out with local tournaments. A lot of experience with a lot of card games, board games, things like that. But yeah, I have no other content out there, so don't have to look hard to try to find me because I'm just not there.
Yeah, I'm Davis, aka Tower Number 9. I have done, videos and written strategy articles for a range of games, and am currently focused on Star Wars Unlimited.
I make Star Wars Unlimited videos every day over at Veiled Shot. That's pretty much all it is. Just a bunch of enjoying the game, playing the game.
My channel is Woo, W with 5 O's. I know, filled with excitement. I mostly focus on like competitive Star Wars Unlimited, deck building and strategy. I do tournament analysis and cover that. Been a good time.
All right, so like I said, it's called Do You Know Star Wars Unlimited? The way this works is I'm going to show you a series of cards from the game, all of which this time around will be from set 1, so they're all Spark of Rebellion cards. The cards I show you may or may not have been altered in some way. It's up to you to determine if the card is correct or if it's been changed, and if so, how.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds fun.
The only two parts of the card that I promise have not been manipulated are the artist's name in the bottom left and the card ID in the bottom right. Everything else on the card, from the name, the subtitle, the type, cost, power, HP, traits, card text, obviously the rarity, even the art could have been manipulated.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds spicy.
Ooh, okay.
So any of that is fair game. The artist and the card set number are the only things that I promise I will not have touched. Or the card could be correct.
Subtype's going to be tricky. Art might be tricky, although I think I got that one.
I'm going to show you 10 cards in total, some of which are cards you should be intimately familiar with, and others you've probably only seen while opening packs but never actually played. Some of the edits might be obvious, and some of them might be extremely challenging. So take your time. Please feel free to speak through your thought process so we can hear what you're looking at.
Let me ask you one question. Can the card have more than one change on it?
Excellent question.
Okay.
It cannot.
Okay.
And remember, at the end of the day, this is all for fun. So if you get tripped up, don't feel too bad.
I'll try not to.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
I'm expecting bad things with titles, with rarities.
Good luck. Should be fun. All right. Perfect. So, card number 1. Take a look.
Ooh, okay.
Red 3, I do know cost 3. The colors look perfect.
Rebel vehicle fighter. I think those traits look right.
Raid 1, this unit gets +1 power while attacking. Each other friendly aggression unit gains raid 1.
Oh, this one's an easy one.
It is not red unit.
Each friendly heroism unit in the original.
Each other friendly heroism unit gains raid 1.
Is not each other friendly red unit. It would be each other heroic unit gains red 1.
Yeah, good catch. All right, so starting off with kind of an underhand pitch there. Good job. I am going to start everybody off with some lightweight ones. Let's see if you can catch number 2.
Card number 2, Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. Okay, let's take a look at this.
Ooh, Rogue Squad. This is a draft staple right here.
I used to use this card a lot in my Leia Green deck in set 1.
Cost looks good. Aspects look good.
Oh, I see it right now.
Unit space. No, that's a ground unit.
I saw it right off the bat. It says space. It's actually not space. It's a ground unit.
It's not a space unit. It's a ground unit.
This space at the top. It is not a space unit, even though it is flying.
Yep.
It is a ground unit.
Good catch. Good catch. I was hoping that maybe it was a little too thin at the top. People might miss it.
The art is maybe going to trip people up on this.
When I first started playing, people were playing this in the space arena all the time. You just assume
Absolutely.
It's a vehicle. It looks like it's flying. Must be space.
Yeah, familiarity. Leia Green ran that so much.
That might have been too easy, but here, let's see if you know this one as well.
All right, precision fire. It is a tactic, I believe.
Attack with a unit. It gains Saboteur for this attack. If it's a trooper, it also gets Raid 2 for this attack.
Is it raid 2 or is it just +2/+0?
I'm wondering if the Raid 2 is right.
No, it doesn't gain raid 2. It just gets +2/+0.
That would functionally be almost the same.
It's not raid 2. It's +2/+0.
but it would actually be slightly different because if you were using Hero Boba from set 2, I think giving it raid 2 for the attack would actually give it +3, whereas giving it +2 power would just give it +2. But I'm wondering if I'm overthinking this now. I'm gonna
I'm gonna say it's +2/+0.
I'm gonna guess that I'm right and that the original says +2 power and not raid 2, but I'm curious. Like, am I right on that? What is it?
Yeah, man, you're 3 for 3. Good job.
Ooh, okay.
I was looking. I was like, is the artwork different? I don't play this card.
I've tried to make this card work so many times, so this one I do like. I do like this card. So
That's a tricky one. That
All right.
one is like functionally almost the same, but that little difference. Okay.
Yep.
Whew,
All right,
3 for 3.
We're
All right.
stepping it up a little bit. Maybe these are a little too easy. Let's see if this is any
Or
more challenging.
maybe I'm playing too much.
All right. Card
All
4
right.
out of 10.
Okay, Emperor's Legion.
okay, so this was a tough one because I do not like this card.
2 cost, Imperial Supply. Return each unit in your discard pile that was defeated this phase to your hand.
Now, this is actually not a card that I've used very much.
Oh man, this one's a tough one.
2-cost event. That is correct. The symbols are correct. I know that for sure. It is also a rare.
Wow. All right. This one, it is a rare.
It's interesting. I think this is what this card does.
Is the typage on this different? I'm almost convinced that that's the case.
When you say typage, do you mean like
Oh.
the traits, or are you talking about like the font? Because I wouldn't do anything that notorious.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if you were changing the fonts on me?
The artwork looks good. I'm actually questioning that. It looks good.
So the only thing that I think might be wrong here is the name of the card. It might be just Emperor's Legion.
There's one thing about this card that seems off to me, and I could be wrong because I don't actually use this card very much.
This one is a tough one because I don't think I've ever actually played this card.
But I don't know if it has the supply trait in the original version.
The only other thing I could think that might be different is that it's the Imperial Supply, because I never look at that text.
I want to say that it's got to be. Oh man, this one's a tough one.
I'm just going to say the artwork's different and hope it's all the same, but I'm going with the artwork's different.
I'm going to go with my gut and say it's altered and the original doesn't have the supply trait, but I could be wrong. What do we got?
I think I'm going with this card is just accurate. It's just this is the card.
This is correct. This is correct, right? I don't see something wrong with this.
Yeah, man, you're 4 for 4. This is correct.
All right.
Good job. Nothing's
There you go.
changed.
I was like,
You got me. I was maybe getting too paranoid on that.
I wanted to say, I was like, I'm going crazy. I was like, I'm pretty sure. I was like, maybe it's a legendary. That was the only other thing I couldn't figure out. I was
Oh,
like, maybe
that would
it's
be a
legendary.
terrible legendary, wouldn't it?
Right?
I overthought that one.
Yeah, you were like, you named everything. You were like, yep, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, it's got to be the art.
I'm expecting, yeah.
The show would be a lot less interesting if you knew something was wrong with it. Number 5 might, maybe you'll be a little bit more familiar with, but maybe not. Let's see.
Black one.
Unit space.
Now I got to look for the space or ground, which is correct in Black One's case.
Scourge your skill at Starkiller Base sounds correct to me. Again, that like subtitle, that one's gonna be
Nobody
tricky, but I feel like
reads
that's
those,
correct.
right?
Yeah, I feel like that's correct.
6 cost, aggression, heroism, 4/4.
Stat line is terrible for the cost.
Stat line always trash. That's what I always think about when I think of this card. So yeah, that's good.
When played on attack, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards.
Oh, this is just a. Oh, wait a second.
So I have actually used this card before.
When played on attack.
I want to say it's a when played ability, not an on attack.
The original is not when played or on attack. The original is when played or when defeated. And I'm pretty confident in that.
It's not on attack. Yeah. It's on defeat. When played on defeat.
I'm pretty sure it's not an on attack trigger. I think it's just a when played.
I'm gonna say just a when played ability.
You want to be any more specific than that?
It's when played, discard your hand. Draw 3 cards.
I'm gonna give you a half a point for this one.
When defeated. Okay. See, again, don't see that card a lot.
You know what's funny is I don't I don't remember seeing the when defeated trigger. That's crazy.
That one was close. I was about to start guessing on traits.
It'd be interesting if it was on attack. You know, you could potentially ambush it in and discard your hand and see if you liked it or not, and then discard another hand. But the when defeated timing on this is interesting.
Even as you've shown me it, I'm like, you've doctored that card too. That is also a fake.
I was like, I know it's not an on attack trigger because that would be kind of fun, but no, when defeated. Wow, that's crazy. I've never realized that.
Well, here's a card you should be a little bit more familiar with.
Oh, I've played this card a bunch. Let's see if I know this correctly.
Jedi lightsaber coming in. I like this card.
Once again, 3 costs is correct. It is an upgrade.
It's attached to a non-vehicle. That is correct.
If attached unit is a force unit, it gains on attack. Give the defender -2/-2 for this attack.
+3/+3. Good stat line. It's a rare. Almost certain of that one.
It is rare, so that rarity's good.
If attached unit is a force unit, it gains on attack. Give the defender -2. That is correct.
If the attached unit is force, it gains on attack. Give the defender -2/-2 for this attack. That's correct.
It's not a unique, so that is correct.
Okay, so this is another tricky one.
Oh.
The one thing that I'm not sure about is whether it's -2/-2 for this attack or if it's -2/-2 for the whole phase.
Okay, so here's the thing that I'm stuck on here.
Okay, go
The
for
thing
it.
I'm looking at is give the defender -2/-2 for this phase.
And it almost doesn't matter because like in the way that you normally use this thing, it just kills them immediately, so it doesn't matter if the debuff persists.
I'm pretty sure it's this phase.
I am going to say
I'm gonna guess that this is or is there some other thing that I'm missing? Let's think about that.
Item, weapon, lightsaber.
item, weapon, lightsaber.
Is lightsaber a trait?
I like it. I like what it looks like as is.
I'm gonna say that card is just the card. No changes to it.
I'm gonna guess that lightsaber is not a real trait.
Phew.
Oh, you finally got me on
I
one.
thought you were going to sweep me. So the debuff lasts the entire phase instead of just for the attack.
Yep.
I was like, on attack, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's this phase. It's not relevant usually.
And you had it.
Yeah, shoot. Okay, my first thing was right. See, I'm not that good on the traits.
All right. You see, nothing's ever survived an attack
Yes.
in Jedi lightsaber, so
Yep. Didn't read that one close enough. Yeah, good. Good
I,
trick. I like these. I like you really getting into that.
Yep.
Really use some of those words.
I was tempted to say that this was correct, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure it says for this phase.
all right.
Yep.
Good to know, though.
Well, I had it originally, and now I know that lightsaber is a trait. So
It's kind of embarrassing that that's the card that got me too, because it's kind of like been in many videos that I've talked about.
See, now I'm gonna learn all your tricks. I'm gonna start looking. I'm gonna
Good.
see if you remove the word the. Is there an and instead of an a? I'm gonna be ready for this.
All right. So you've seen a couple cards that you haven't played. Here's a card that you should be very, very familiar with.
Very familiar with. Everyone should be.
Oh, Darth Vader.
how well do I know it? Okay.
Darth Vader commanding the First Legion. Sounds correct.
He costs 7. He is a green villain card. I know that much, and he doesn't fly, so ground looks good.
5/7 and ambush is all correct.
Force Imperial Sith.
Force Imperial Sith. Sounds correct.
Is it a Sith? I don't remember.
When played, search the top 10 cards of your deck for any number of
For any number of villainy units with combined cost 3 or less, and play each of them for free.
Again, I think this is correct to what the card generally does, but I'm wondering if there's a subtle aspect to this that I'm missing.
It is up to 3 units. Isn't? Wait. No, U-Wing's up to 3. Does Vader say up to 3?
Does it actually say any number, or does it say like up to 3 or whatever?
It is a legendary. Otherwise, it would be like $40 instead of $1 million.
It's legendary. 5/7.
Search the top 10 cards of your deck. That's the right number.
Oh, wow. This is tough. I
I'm not seeing it.
want to say Sith isn't one of the tags, but I remember looking up what Sith cards we have because of the new mall.
I'm wondering now if the traits are right, but my track record for like identifying correct and incorrect traits has been pretty bad on these.
I'm gonna say it says up to 3, but I think I'm confusing it with U-Wing.
I want to say this one's correct. I don't I don't see anything wrong with this one.
I think this is the real Vader. I could be wrong. I think this is the real Vader.
Meanwhile,
I don't see a unique symbol on him for some reason, though. He is unique. You can't have two of him. Let's go with that being the issue.
You didn't even have to get to the body of the card. You just caught it right away. So good job.
You know, you say it now, and I'm like, something does look off, but I could not.
Oh,
Oh,
you got me there. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yep.
Nice one.
You literally
I should've looked
just
at unique icon.
you just said that with Jedi lightsaber too, and I was like, oh man, he's actually looking for that. He's gonna get Vader right away.
So, yes, good one there. Again, the smallest of details. But, yep, absolutely unique card. Bearing ports can't have two Vaders on the board.
You're tricky with some of these.
Everybody's gonna be going through that with like a fine-tooth
I'm
comb.
like, oh, is it up to? Does it say up to 3 units? I know in practice it's up to 3 units, but does it actually say? Yeah, no, you got me, man. Good one.
Believe it or not, this next one is a real card. Card number 8. This one a little less commonly played.
So, okay, I'll say first off, I have not actually played with this card very much.
You see, like I draft, so
Okay.
like cards like this came up.
some people at my draft table swear by this one, and I do not like it.
Right? Okay. Obviously, love AT-ATs, right? You look at the shirt, got it going.
Yep, that was not planned, by the way.
It was planned on my end. I somehow knew it.
AT-AT suppressor, big ground unit, 8/8 Imperial vehicle. When played, exhaust all ground units. I have no idea if this actually costs 8. It costs, I think, 7, 8, or 9, and I don't know which one, but it's something in that. It's something in that ballpark.
No, 8 cost for this terrible card that never sees play.
Vigilance, villainy, ground unit, 8/8. Is it an 8/8?
Are those stats right? Is it actually an 8/8?
8/8 looks right to me.
You're telling me that Fantasy Flight wouldn't name the at or stat line the at an
Ooh.
8/8?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. if that is an intended pun, that's good.
Imperial vehicle, exhaust all ground units.
Exhaust ground units. Is it all or enemy? I want to say it's enemy. No, I don't want to say it's all.
It is a when played, exhaust all ground. I thought maybe you would have made it not all ground and made it like opponent's ground, but it definitely exhausts itself too if you somehow played it and it was ready, like with the sneak attack or something.
This one's a tricky one. This is one that even in draft I feel like is pretty bad, so you're not really playing this card too much.
Uncommon. I don't know if that's right. Conceivably, this is common. I guess the effect is kind of complicated, so it's more likely to be uncommon.
Uncommon, I think, is correct for this because you don't want to see it a lot in drafts. So I think that's how they also balance some of the common, uncommon.
Okay, this one looks correct.
Yeah, so this kind of looks right to me.
Imperial vehicle, you know, I'm not 100% sure the traits are right.
I'm just questioning the art. I'm trying to find something with the art that might be off because you said the art could change, and I feel like the art is good.
I think the stats are 8/8, but I want to say the cost is 9.
But I am wondering now if this unit actually cost 8 or does it cost 7 or 9 or something?
I'm going with this is correct because I don't have any guesses to change the traits.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna complete something I haven't said yet. I'm just gonna say it is on attack.
If it were actually 7, then I think it would arguably be at least kind of good just for having like big numbers. And like my impression is this isn't very good.
I'm trying to think of like, because these are all in the same class. Because you also have like Blizzard Assault AT-AT, which I have played a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Reinforcement Walker, and they're all in the same class.
So here's another question. Does this card actually have a villain aspect? I think it does. Reinforcement Walker, which actually does see competitive play, is also a big AT-AT and is generic. So it's conceivable this would be generic, but I think it's villain.
And I want to say, this might sound crazy, but do they all have the Walker tag?
You know, I'm so unconfident in any particular change. I'm just going to guess that it's the same. What do you have for me?
I know I've seen it with Blizzard Assault AT-AT. I know Blizzard Assault AT-AT because I've played that card a lot, and I know that card has Walker tag, but I don't know if this card does. I want to say that's what's wrong with this.
Dude, you freaking got it.
Okay. It's missing the Walker trait. All right. That's
Yep. That is going to get tricky because nothing references Walker.
Ah, okay. No, that's very fair. That's very fair.
Okay, Reinforcement Walker has it too. I need to go.
Yeah.
Do you know what Reinforcement Walker does? I think.
Yeah, it should. Reinforcement
Okay.
walker does, guerrilla attack pod. Walker is just not a relevant trait yet, so it doesn't even pop into most people's minds that it even exists.
Bakes against, I wouldn't even think that's a trait, but I should imagine everything's a trait nowadays.
You literally just, on the Vader, you reminded that you were not very
I was talking
familiar
about
with the
how
traits.
I'm bad with those traits, but that caught me here.
Yeah, don't see that card enough to know that it is a walker.
I'll say this: draft is my favorite format. So I've played a ton of set one draft. Like I want to say I've played like 100 like a lot of drafts, and I remember seeing Walker on that card, and I'm like, this, if there's something wrong with this card, it's got to be the trait.
I'm impressed. Yeah, really. Good job. All right, 2 to go. Card number 9.
Rook, Thrawn's assassin.
Ooh, Rook I know as well.
I like Rook a lot. Okay, let's see.
Okay, now I gotta look for the unique symbol. See, I'm just gonna learn Thrawn's assassin, all correct.
He is Thrawn's assassin. You got the unique there, unit ground.
He didn't remove the unique symbol this time.
It's got the unique symbol. Man, can't believe I missed the Darth Vader unique symbol.
You start adding to your checklist of things to look
yeah,
for.
exactly. I gotta go through all the little tricks.
I'm like, I got the stupid suppressor, but I couldn't get the Vader unit. Come on, man.
3/6 shielded.
He is a rare. When this unit deals combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking, defeat that unit.
Is it another keyword thing? Is he more than Imperial? I don't even. I could even say it is. I just don't know what it would be.
I think 3/6 is the right stat line.
The thing that's tripping me up is this black text. The when this unit deals combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking.
It is definitely only when he's attacking. I know that.
I think this is basically right.
I feel like he has another keyword. I just can't imagine him having one keyword.
Are you gonna get me again with the trait stuff? Because I think that's definitely my weak spot.
This one's a tricky one. I feel like I should get this one.
Does it have to be combat damage?
It can't be while dealing damage, because otherwise you can never just kill this on your own and prevent your units from dying. So it's got to be while attacking.
I'm gonna say the card is not changed, but I'm second guessing the keyword thing. That's the only thing I'm seeing.
I want to say this one is correct. I don't see anything wrong with this one.
I think this is basically right unless there's a subtle change to the art or something, but I'm going to guess this is correct.
Keep it as is.
I'm just gonna say nothing's changed.
You're correct. Yeah, that's the actual
right.
card.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent job.
And I was on a streak of missing things, so it's good to come back on that one.
This is a good tricky one too, because the wording of his ability is quite complicated, and I could easily see a scenario where someone second guesses that.
All right, it's all come down to this. The last one. Good luck.
Vigilance. That's a good card.
Everyone you're probably doing this with has seen this card.
Oh, okay. This is very complicated.
Vigilance.
4-cost event, yep. Double blue, yep.
Choose 2 in any order.
Discard 6 cards from an opponent's deck. That is correct, at least in theory.
Heal 5 damage from a base.
I'm like immediately drawn to heal 5 damage from a base.
Defeat a unit with 3 or less remaining HP. I think that's correct.
Give a shield token to a friendly unit.
Obviously, the aspects are correct. The cost is correct. That one's not tripping me up at all.
And then legendary, yeah, okay.
I can't imagine you showing me 2 correct cards back to back.
Would you be mean enough to just change the order of these, even though you can do them in any order?
I refuse to answer.
Okay, so defeat a unit with 3 or less remaining HP. I'm almost certain that is correct.
Okay, so what I'm wondering here is it discard 6 cards from 8? Does it have to be an opponent? Can you use this to mill yourself for 6?
It's either discard 6 cards from the top of an opponent's deck.
Seems correct to me. I don't think it mentions your deck anywhere.
Heal 5 damage from a base. It definitely is only bases. It does defeat units with 3 or less.
Or heal 5 damage from your base.
It does only give shields to friendly units, I believe.
Give a shield token to a friendly unit. Does it actually say friendly unit on the original, or is it just any unit?
I don't think I've ever really thought about giving my opponents a shield, though, so maybe that's the issue.
Does it actually say friendly unit, or does it just say unit?
Innate. Oh man, this is gonna be the one that has the stupid subtitle, right?
Innate, I don't know. Those traits are a mystery to me.
The art, I have zoomed in on the art before. It looks good to me.
But if it does have another trait, I'm not going to be able to tell you what it is necessarily. So let's focus on other aspects of the card.
I feel like there's something off about this right now. Vigilance is the name of the card, right? You didn't call this cunning. That would have been interesting.
Give a shield token to a friendly unit. Is that really what it says?
I'm just going to say it says your base then for 5 damage.
All right. I want to put the discard 6 on the 4th row. I want the other 3 to move up, and then the discard 6 at the bottom.
My gut says that the original version doesn't say friendly on the shield thing, and it's just give a shield token to a unit.
It might be the give a shield token because what's the card? Distant Patroller. That one, when it gets defeated, you can give a shield token to any vigilance unit. So I want to say it's actually the shield token mode, and I want to say it should be any unit because that's like the consistency in the game.
You found it.
Oh,
You
yes.
got it.
Ending on a high note. There we
Nice.
go.
Okay.
100% right.
It is that. Okay.
Yep.
Is the least used of the 4 choices in almost every play of that card.
Good job. I don't know why you would want to give a shield token to a non-friendly unit unless you're playing Twin Suns and you're trying to be diplomatic.
Maybe if they make like something that kills things with shields or something.
The only one that I can easily think of is if they have a unit with a really good when defeated effect and you want to make it harder for them to defeat it.
Super laser tech probably is one.
There was only one scenario that I could think of, and that's like punishing one, which readies if an upgraded unit is defeated. So
No, that's clever because you could like use this. You could shield a unit that has 3 or less HP and then kill it and ready your opponent. Yeah, that's actually sick.
Wow, that is niche. I've never done that.
I wasn't sure, how good you guys were going to be going into this. So
terrible. The answer is terrible.
So 6 out of 10. More than half.
Yeah, more than half.
7 out of 10. That's really good. So good job.
I'll take it.
A real solid 8.5 out of 10.
I'll take it. I'm a little disappointed that the one I got wrong fully was the Darth Vader.
I'm gonna be curious to see what the maximum score is and which cards trip people up the most.
I am interested to see who gets the Walker trait.
Honestly, though, you totally killed this, and I'm super impressed that you caught that Walker tag.
That one I only knew because, like I said, I've played a lot of draft. I used to play a lot of Magic, so drafting is like my favorite thing to do in any like card game. Reinforcement Walker is obviously like amazing. We played in Premiere, but it's a card I've played numerous times, and I remember seeing tags on there.
Now I know to look for unique stuff.
Good, because I've got another 10 of these ready to go, but we'll give you a break for tonight. Maybe do this again in the future.
Yeah, we'll be ready next time. I'm just gonna be really sad when like other people just put me to shame.
I was really looking at the art in all these ones, and I was like, there's gonna be one of these.
You definitely got me by saying artwork was there, because I definitely second guessed some of the artwork.
If you're gonna change art, it better be like glaringly different though, because if you just like, the guy's holding up 3 fingers instead of 4, I don't know if that one would be fair and balanced.
So the reason I have to mention that, and you're right, none of the art was manipulated in these, but I've got more cards ready. And there might be some artwork changes in those, as much as I would love to show them to you and be like, here, look, I wasn't lying. I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, art and rarity were not changed in this episode, but that doesn't mean they won't be in the future.
We'll do this multiple videos, 37 videos and 300 cards, no artwork change. We're like, I still have one. Don't you worry.
I realized going through this, rarity is something that I'm pretty confident. The only one I was not was the one that I've literally never played, which is the Emperor's Legion.
Anyone that misses that unique symbol is completely a fool. Yeah, that's gonna be out there. Just make sure that's in the video quoted. That person's a fool, and then follow it up with me missing the unique symbol. Classic content.
This was pretty fun. When you sent me the initial kind of rundown, I was like, I'm kind of curious how this is gonna shape up. You did a really nice job of editing these cards. It's really hard to tell.
I think it was about what I was expecting. I think you were pretty fair overall with like the changes.
I think you had some tricky cards there, man.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting this to be easier than it was when you gave me like the premise, but you had some real tricks. You had some real tricks up your sleeve.
I was like worried. I was like, okay, maybe I could cheese this, but you really can't. You gotta know your stuff.
The last one I was trying to see if you maybe were a little unfair, because that one probably would have been kind of
that would have been really mean.
Change the order, but for the most part, yeah. And some of them gotta be harder. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys obviously know your stuff, so I gotta make some of them challenging. Well, thank you again for playing. Like I said, if you want to do more in the future, you're always welcome to.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun, and I'd be happy to come back for another one.
Yeah, just have fun doing this. This was good.
I'll see you all for the next one whenever that is. So this was fun.
Awesome.